Western religion basically materialistic. And I think that's due because of the Western tradition that God works in history, which is to say in events, but not in people and places. So what you end up with then is the capability of establishing a church or shrine any place that's convenient to people. Let's treat the earth as an object, and Indians don't believe it's an object. And they base that on thousands of years of experience. And in a way, you get irritated with non-Indians, but another way, they were reconciled with the European land, then Christianity came in and destroyed all their shrines, did all kinds of detrimental things to them. And unfortunately, they were under Christianity so long that when they came over here, they did that to Indian shrines. And the idea being that there is nothing spiritual. Everything is material. You find that just promulgated throughout science. So even in the social sciences, people don't stop and think that the best things we experience and the best things we know are immaterial things. They're ideas or emotions. But religion and science in the West are both wholly materialistic. And consequently, when you then try and tell them, well, if you look at the earth, there are certain places that seem to have power, and we don't know what kind of power it is, except you have a different feeling, you feel energized. And the question then for ceremonials is, how do you approach that? Take something that's larger than yourself and create a vehicle whereby you can be in communion with it. And I think the various tribes located these various places. It's difficult to tell some of the younger generation, these aren't perfect circles. See, and these aren't perfect triangles or whatever. That frequently you can have an area that has 2 or 3 mountains within, say, 50 miles of each other, which are sacred to different tribes. And they're sacred not because they designate them that, but because they've experienced that. And the ceremonies then come out of their experience, not out of a philosophical search to explain things. So if you talk to a good medicine man, they'll say, well, I have different spirits that help me do this and that, but I really, at the bottom, don't understand the whole thing. I just know it works. See? And so Indians had this, I think, tremendous respect for whatever powers existed in the universe. And they conceived those as personal powers. Power had personality. So I think that these locations were discovered to be sacred, and it probably took a long time, probably thousands of years, to sort out how you approach those. And that's why a lot of the ceremonies are you simply go out into the land at a certain place under supervision of a medicine man and open yourself up. And what I think is powerful about these religions, you can continue to have revelations. So all the revelation is telling you is how you and your community at this time in life can adjust to the rest of the world. And so it's not any information you bring back from that ceremony. You're not supposed to run all over the country and say, you believe this and you're saved, see? So it ends up quite a different situation. And unfortunately, the objective teaching of both Western religion and Western politics has convinced people to put in the front of their minds all these beliefs. And yet they do have experiences similar to what Indians have. I think all people have all kinds of experience. So there's no intellectual framework to put that in. And so people, particularly today, they look back at a mythical time when all the Pilgrim Fathers went to church and all everything, Norman Rockwell and the whole thing. And they get terribly upset when any group of appears to believe something different. And so I think we're the most visible group that the backlash can hit. And being materialists, they couldn't believe there's anything sacred about the Black Hills or Devil's Tower or anything.